Advocate Fathima Thalailiya of the Muslim Students Federation.
So
your point is that the hijab goes back into Indian history, and you're therefore saying, you're saying that progressive women like Shazia Ilmi should be wearing the hijab. That if 1,000 years back she'd be wearing the hijab, it's only in 2022 that she's daring not to wear the hijab and come on a television program. Shazia is responding.
I want to make it clear. Like, for me, it's not just the history. For me, it's my conscience. It's my document. It's my belief. It's my bona fide belief that I'm wearing this dress for past several years, and this is not at all a problem.
I ask you here, Fathima, small intervention before I go to Shazia tonight, and I will make one intervention, Shazia, before I come to you. One small intervention before I come to you, Shazia. If people say hijab is not oppression, then what is it when in October 2015, a 4-year-old child was allegedly smashed on the floor reportedly by her father for not covering her head properly while eating her food in Bareilly? Was it a choice for the 4-year-old? Was it a choice for the 4-year-old child?
Well, absolutely. Absolutely.
No, she has a counter question. You ask your counter question to Shazia. You ask your counter question to Shazia. Ask Shazia the counter question, not me. Ask her.
Can you allow me to?
She's asking a counter question to you, Shazia.
So Fathima, my late father was a Maulana. Ishaq Ilmi. No, Fathima, I have a question for you. And my mother wore a burqa, and in my generation, I fought the wearing of a burqa, and I know what burqa does to me, what it did to my mother psychologically, and to my khalas, and to my puppos, and to countless Muslim women. So, and I know that it's not mandatory in the Quran, and what you think is ikrar nama or ikrar, or is only a part of social conditioning. And what you think is your right to choose is actually being told to you in no uncertain terms is a duty of a good Muslim woman, and you have internalized that conditioning, whereas some of us has fought it. So if you think this can be used politically, I think it's very sad that instead of helping women like me and many other sisters who really want to fight this, because this is not mandatory and you know it, because if you read the Quran you would know it, because hair is not mentioned. Al-Khimar is mentioned, but hijab is not associated with hair, and you know it very well if you know the Quran, that is. So, and Quran is more important than the Hadith, and you also know that. So, and you also know that whether it's Kerala or whether it's Aligarh Muslim University, the hijab has much more as part of later Wahhabization than anything else. So you also know that, but I want to ask you one thing. You know, don't you think this is more about politics of a certain kind when it comes to gender, and it really takes away the actual freedom, because a 13 or a 14-year-old has no real freedom. And the way you brought up in a society and you told that this is what a good Muslim girl does, this is what your mother does, and this is what your aunts do, and this is the way women must be. Don't you think this is a part of that actually a part of Islam? Do you ever realize what is choice and what is not a choice? What is just bequeathed to you and told you as is your own? And don't you think? And don't you know that veil or hijab was predates Islam? And the word hijab comes 7 times in the Quran, and nowhere does it include hair, and that is actually a Judaic practice.
Okay. Should we get a counter? Should we get a counter?
Yes.
Should we get a counter? Should we get a counter? Should we get a counter?
Such a tough time.
Should we counter?
Don't wear.
Should we counter?
Don't wear a hijab.
Should we counter?
Shazia,
difficult it is
entering
to fight
into this religion, Shazia, you know, you have to understand. With all due respect, I want to reply for all your questions. See, Islam is a religion which you can take or which you can sworn, without any compulsion. If anybody is compelling you to take or to come into this religion, that is wrong. You cannot become a real Muslim person. So compulsion.
Oh, she's not a real Muslim person. Okay.
There is no jabra. But when a father
you're saying she's not a real Muslim person.
Go to school because
You're saying she's not a real Muslim person.
When a father refuses his daughter,
She has said she's not a real Muslim person.
Please be patient. I'm
No, no,
making
so
my
you're saying
point.
Shazia
Please
is
be
not a real
patient.
Muslim.
No,
if she is
I'm
protesting
not
against the
person to
hijab,
judge
then she's
her
not
whether
a
she's
You're a real
good or
Muslim because
a
you
bad
wear the
Muslim.
hijab, and Shazia and Taslima are
No,
not real
not
Muslims
at all.
because they don't wear the
But
hijab.
telling that.
See,
You
that
guys
is
are
why
protesting
it's very dangerous.
This is now going into
No,
another
please
direction.
People should be
If
backed.
they are
Please don't
protesting
complicate.
against the
See,
hijab, then they are not real
I'm
Muslims.
speaking my
We are not telling that they are not
my
real Muslims.
ideology.
No, it's scary
my
how you
beliefs.
women are sounding.
See, you have
it's more
Shazia,
about your
please
politics.
understand that.
I think it's
Please
more about your
understand
politics
that
than about religion.
Taking or coming into this religion should
Oh,
not
come
be
on.
on compulsion.
You also represent
You
the
can
political party.
enter this religion only with your free will. So wearing
Okay,
this
I
hijab
ask you
is your
this.
choice.
Yes,
Okay,
It is your choice.
I
And
think
you replied that
I
no,
think
there is
I
no
would
free
request
will.
Fatima.
I was saying, your
I
mind
would
is
request
closed.
Fatima to
This is
allow.
not free will.
I would request Fatima ji,
Her mind
please.
is closed.
Okay, 1 minute. It's becoming
No, you are
one
wrong.
minute.
You
Just
are wrong, Shazia.
Okay,
Please
okay.
give me like
Okay,
this is my
Fatima.
time to answer.
Read the
no?
Quran, please.
Yeah.
Read it with translation.
You read it
Read it with the translation.
Yes,
For heaven's
I
sake.
am. Yes,
Read it with the translation.
Surah An-Nur,
You read it
25,
with the
24,
translation.
31.
Learn Arabic.
Okay, we can't hear each
Or
other
read it
like
with the
this.
translation.
31.
every day. You don't
1
know
minute.
anything about Islam.
24, 31. In
You
that,
don't teach
in
us.
that verse, it is
Do you know what women go through?
Literally,
Do you know what women go through? Do you know how regressive it is? Do you know how we are shamed? Do you know how humiliated we feel? You know, when you cross the streets without a burqa.
Shazia,
Do you know?
We are debating here about the hijab ban in schools and colleges.
This
Don't
is
tell
not
us
the real time
about your personal experiences.
to trigger on someone. Please,
I will
please
talk
be
about my
patient
personal
and please
experience.
be tolerant.
It is very
Please
personal
be
to me.
tolerant.
It
At
is
least you
a
should
personal
show the
journey. I
patience
will
to
talk
hear
about my
us.
personal
Strong
experience.
enough
At
to
least
face
you
it.
should
If
show
you're
the
not strong
at
enough
Why
to
not?
face it,
You
what
should
can we
show
do?
Why not?
patience to
What
hear
can
us.
we do?
Why shouldn't we talk about our personal
Because you're not
experience?
strong enough.
Why
Okay,
would
we-
I?
Strong enough to
It
face
is a very,
What
it is
can
a
we do?
very, it is a
Keep it
very
to
tough
yourself.
journey.
Keep it
You
to
know
yourself.
that. How
Don't do
cruel can you
drama.
be?
Shazia,
How cruel can you be?
Please understand.
Isn't that cruel?
Please
How
understand.
cruel
with
can you
all
be?
due respect.
Stop being
with
such a
all due
politician.
respect,
Be caring and
Please
sensitive.
don't-
Fatima,
don't-
Islam is about
protest
compassion.
against the hijab. Don't
Islam
say
is
anything
about
against
compassion.
it. If you
La
are a true
ilaha
Muslim,
illallah,
you should not
Muhammadur
oppose it.
Rasulullah. This is the basic thing about Quran.
If
Allah,
you
the
know
most
the basic
beneficent and the
thing,
most
you cannot be a
merciful.
That is
Muslim.
the basic.
You should practice it.
You've forgotten the
practice
basic.
it properly.
It's not,
You should know
it was not compassion.
What is said in
You've
the
forgotten
Quran.
the compassion. You've forgotten the beneficence. What is wrong with you? You're becoming so cruel and insensitive. And so much like a
Shazia.
political, I don't know, I
Shazia.
refuse to be
Shazia,
misunderstood.
you don't-
But such a politician you
Shazia,
become.
just
It's
go
all
to
about
Surah
mercy and
An-Nur,
compassion.
24,
What have you
31.
reduced Islam into?
There it is
It's
literally-
scary what you all have
there
become.
it is
You
literally
young women,
written that
you have no
wearing
mercy in
a
you.
hijab
Islam is
and
about
putting
rehem,
these
rehem,
things,
rehem.
Putting these shawl.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rahmanirrahim, Rahmanirrahim. Rahman, Rahman, Rahem. Rahem, Rahem, Rahem. Rahem, mercy, Rahmat. And you talking about, you're saying don't talk about our personal experience. It's about compassion and mercy.
Shazia,
कहाँ रहे आप? You don't know
Shazia.
the basic tenets of Islam. It's about cruelty.
Shazia.
I mean, my God,
wrong,
what kind of
Shazia.
people are you? I'm
Let me
sorry,
correct
you're
you.
very removed from
Shazia,
Islam.
let me
Wearing a
correct you.
headdress like that,
I'm
it does not
not
make
here
you a
to
better
back
Muslim.
for,
It's
some of
kindness
your
in your heart.
points. I want to make
And fighting
my
for
point.
other girls
Please give me
who are
this time.
suffering, who
At
are
least you have
oppressed,
to-
who
you
are
have to be
oppressed,
tolerant,
rebuked.
Shazia.
They go through a very tough
Shazia.
life. They go through a very tough time. आपको पता है क्या क्या उनको गुजरना पड़ता है? आपको पता है what all they have to endure? Do you know what they have to endure? And
Is it okay?
kitab and Quran
Is it
Sharif
finished?
makes so much emphasis on talim. And you're saying
Shazia.
pehle hijab, phir kitab.
See,
And you call
wearing
yourself
this
a good
hijab is my
Muslim.
choice.
This is politics.
I
You
follow
please
my
find
Quran.
Modi some
I
other
follow
way.
my religion.
Please find another way to fight Modi ji
I'm
or
doing my
BJP.
education.
Please do not
I'm
throw
doing
Muslim
my
girls under a
profession.
bus. Do
I'm
not
doing
throw
this.
Muslim girls
I
under a
wonder
bus.
whether-
Do
This
not
is my
analyze
bona
yourself.
fide-
Okay, now I'd
Do
like to
not
bring in.
analyze yourself.
I'd like to bring in Taslima
Do not
Nasreen,
kill
please.
yourself
She's
to
been
prove a
waiting
point.
for a long time, and
Cut your
I got the
nose to
line back
spite
with
your
her.
face.
She's listening patiently. Yogita has not spoken. Neither of my two public debaters, Pradeep Narayan and Shabana Rose. And I